cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. Back today to talk about how weak exactly is my deadlift. A year and a half ago, I deadlifted 602 pounds. I always mention the 2 pounds because I felt every single one of those pounds when I dressed up as the White Ranger for Halloween 2017. Since that time, my goals have shifted slightly more towards hypertrophy. I'm ending a lean mass phase, but I still want to become better at all of these lifts. In case you're new to the channel, for the last 6 to 8 months, I've been giving my body some time off the lower body to allow this hip injury, kind of some stuff going on. Just some things that, well, they're not anything that's going to defeat me completely. I think taking a longevity approach in my mind, so I'm playing the long game, is smart. So having periodic episodes where I take a break from deadlifts and squats will only improve the longevity of myself lifting in the sport. You see those individuals that lift all the time really heavy and then they're out of the sport in 3 to 5 years. Well, I'm still standing, as Elton John would say, better than I ever have. And today I want to go over me deadlifting now. This is the 5th week back at it. How exactly weak is my deadlift? How do I plan on making it stronger? And basically what's going on. My approach for the deadlift, I am someone that prefers a higher frequency for everything, and actually for deadlifts, a lower volume. Whereas for squats, there's a correlation. So let me drop a little bit of knowledge on everyone. There is a stronger correlation between muscle mass and your squat strength they found amongst, I think it was the IPF lifters they were taking a look at, and the bench press. There's a pretty damn strong correlation. Whereas for the deadlift, it wasn't as strong. And so I think volume being a key driver for hypertrophy. If you have bigger legs, if you have a bigger pec, a bigger deltoids, bigger pecs will assist on the bench press, bigger legs will assist on the squat. When it comes instead to the deadlift, I think priming the nervous system, being efficient with the movement, making sure your repetitions are clean every single time are far more important than accumulating a lot of volume. I prefer quality over quantity. And so on this 5th week, what you'll see is I use the stiff bar because for me, the way I deadlift, there's not a big difference between the deadlift bar and the stiff bar, but I managed to do 5 sets of 3 at 465 pounds, so that's 77.5% of my 1 rep max, and it felt very easy. Okay, honestly, it's like RP 7, something like that, maximum. I like, however, changing the conditions of the deadlift. I want to improve the hook grip, so I used actually a smooth bar. It's a Rogue bar. It's the smoothest bar we have to try and improve my hook grip, get it back up to snuff. I also like to lower the repetitions, like I said, whereas a 5x5 would work on the squats and I would continue to build that volume, 25 repetitions. You see me repping 405. On the deadlifts, it's the opposite. As I get beyond 75%, I'll just switch to triples and I'll do 5 sets or 6 sets, so the total repetitions, 15 to 18 reps. Deadlifts, I do less total volume, higher overall intensity, and then a higher frequency, whereas for the bench press and the squat, once again, because volume more important for them, I increase that volume. But I think it's important to note that the movement that you're best at, and so in this case, once again, the deadlift for me out of the big 3, specificity is important. I don't need to do much. Is that you? Is that where you're at right now? No, so maybe you need to add a lot of variations. Maybe in order to get that hip hinge, it doesn't feel right, you have that rounding of the lower back, you need to fix that. In which case, I think the worse you are at a lift, you should once again practice specificity, but throw in variations that will help with the patterning. So my approach for the deadlift, how exactly weak is the deadlift? This is 465 for 5 sets of 3. This is the most weight I've lifted in a year. Next week, I'm gonna do 485 for 5 sets of 3. We're approaching rapidly. That's 80% right there, 80% for 5 sets of 3. And we're gonna continue building and see where we're at. But my approach for the deadlift is simplicity because the deadlift has always clicked with me. I do like to wear all working sets with the belt these days just to protect that SI. Knock on, once again, don't know what this is. I have managed not to have any aggravating issues in that area for 2 years, so things are going beautifully. I'm building muscle, I'm getting toned, I'm getting fatter, and I'm getting stronger. Life is good. I can eat what I want. So just thought I'd provide a quick deadlift update. I've talked about the squat incessantly recently on the channel, how I really plan on fixing that because it's something I gotta really work on. The bench press comes along naturally. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about the deadlift. Anyways, that's all I want to say. Going to California. Excited to film some collabs. As we know, Bart said the gravity up here in Toronto is lighter. You're a fool, man. Anyone that goes to Fortis Fitness, this is legitimate. Every single plate on average works out, the 45-pound plate, is about 46.2 pounds. So that's about an extra pound per plate. You do 5 plates on the deadlift, that's an extra 10 pounds. So when I go to California, everything's gonna be feeling lighter. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Thank you so much for watching this content. If you enjoyed the video, if you liked the video, make sure to like the damn video. And I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next one. Peace!